Search engine optimization that we covered in the last chapter is a long-term strategy. It requires time to bring you the results, but sometimes you need results faster, and sometimes the keyword is so competitive that you will never be able to reach the first page of results. Or sometimes you are ranked for a particular keyword, but you want to dominate search results and prevent your competition from taking away your traffic. In such cases, you should consider using search engine advertising. How does it work? You basically pay to be displayed at the top, bottom, or the side of the search results. Let's try the keyword homepage design we are interested in and enter it in the search bar in Google. You can see the top results have the ad text next to them. Also, results at the bottom of the first page have the ad text next to them as well. It means those companies paid to be displayed above or below the organic results that are ranked thanks to search engine optimization efforts. Will search engine advertising cost you money? Yes, it does. Can it bring you more money than you spend? Definitely. The key is to use it wisely. In this chapter, we will cover all aspects of creating successful search campaigns. We will start with creating a structure for your account. Then we will decide how to choose the best keywords and negative keywords for your campaign. We will discuss how to build and create ads. Next, I will show you how to optimize your advertising. We will end this chapter with Bing advertising. More specifically, importing your Google Ads settings to Bing Ads platform. Maybe you can beat your competition in the organic search field right away, especially if they have been doing content marketing for years, but you can definitely beat them in advertising. And that's what we'll start doing in the next video. First thing you should do, even before logging into Google Ads, is to create the basic structure for your account. Your finished account structure will look similar to this graph. You can see that Google Ads account consists of multiple campaigns, ad groups, keywords, ads, and ads extensions. Campaigns are at the top level. Usually, one campaign is used for one category of products or services that you offer. So for example, if you are a creative agency providing different marketing services, you can have one campaign for creative services, another campaign for photo and video production services, and so on. Let's assume we provide just those two categories of services to easier illustrate the concept. Next decision is to decide what type of campaign you want to run. You have plenty of types to choose from: search campaigns, display campaigns, video campaigns, call-only campaigns, or remarketing campaigns. In this chapter, we will cover search campaigns. Other campaign types will be covered in other chapters. Now let's take a look at general guidelines when choosing campaign type.
If you want to display your ad in front of people who are actively looking for the products or services you offer, choose search campaign type. If you want to boost brand awareness and visits to your site, choose video or display campaign type. If you want to bring back people who visited your website in the past, for example to complete the order, choose remarketing campaign type. If you want to generate phone calls for your business, choose call-only campaign type. Then you should think how much budget you want to spend for each campaign. For start, you can just copy your revenue structure. If you know that 70% of the revenue come from the creative services and 30% come from the video production services, and you have about $1,000 for advertising, assign $700 to creative services campaign and $300 to photo and video production services, and then save some budget for remarketing campaign aimed at previous visitors of your website, which we will cover in the separate video. Then after you gather data, you can optimize your budget split. For example, if you notice that you have better return on investment from a video production services campaign, you can assign more money to that campaign.
Then after you decide on the campaigns, you decide on what ad groups you want to have inside each of the campaigns. Ad groups contain one or more ads that share a similar theme. Usually, one ad group is used for one product or service, or one product or service type. For example, we have campaign creative services. We offer creative services such as website design and product design. We can add these two ad groups to our creative services campaign. Often, it's a good idea to create additional general ad group that will contain ads targeted to people who are not searching for particular creative services like website design or product design, but rather they type in the search bar general queries like best creative services or hire a creative agency. Let's add this general group to the creative services campaign as well. As a guideline, you should not have more than 10 ad groups per campaign, as it is hard to manage. Now, we add ad groups to our other campaign as well. Next step is to assign keywords to each of the ad groups we created. This way we determine which ads from the particular ad groups will be shown. The process is similar to what we did in the search engine optimization chapter, but with a couple of differences.
First of all, you should know that you have 5 different keywords match types: broad match with modifier, phrase match, exact match, and negative match. All these options are provided to let you precisely decide when you want to show your ad and when you don't want to show your ad. Let's assume we want to show our ad in front of people who enter the creative services keyword in Google search bar. With broad match type, which is a default match type in Google Ads, your ad will be shown not only to people who entered creative services in search bar, but also to people who in their query use synonyms of these keywords, related keywords, misspellings, or different order of keywords. So your ad may as well be shown to users who typed "how to create my own design service webpage." If the query is so different from your initial intention, why do you even consider using broad match? First of all, it is the cheapest to use this match type. It also gives you the most search volume, and also it may give you additional ideas of keywords that you would not figure out on your own. Most companies use part of the budget for broad match type keywords to experiment, but only combined with negative keywords, which we will cover later. Other match type is broad match type with modifier. It works just as a broad match, with exception that you tell Google that one or more keywords must be used in a user's search query exactly how you specified them. You mark those keywords with plus symbol in front of them. So if we would use plus creative services keyword with a plus sign in front of services, our ad can be shown to people who are typing in search bar creative solutions or business solutions for creative people. The point is, creative word must be included. Then is the phrase match. You specify the whole phrase that must be included in the query to show your ad, but words can be added before and after this phrase, but not in the middle of the phrase. You mark which phrase is required by closing it in quotes. For example, if you use creative services in quotes, your ad may be shown to people who search for "where do I find the best creative services?" or "creative services agency." Exact match gives you the most control over which query triggers your ads to be shown. Only the exact term or its close variations will trigger your ad. No words before or after, no related keywords. You mark the exact match by closing your keywords in brackets. For example, if we would use creative services in brackets, your ad may be shown to people who typed creative services or creative service in the search bar. This match type has the best relevancy. You display your ad exactly or almost exactly when you want, but at the same time, it is the most expensive match type, and it often gives you very low volume of ads you can show to people, as there are not enough searches with these exact keywords as you want to. The last match type is negative match type. If you use match types other than exact match type, you should specify which keywords used in a query should prevent your ad from showing to the users. These can be keywords like free, tutorial, YouTube, and other that are not relevant to your business. You mark negative keywords by placing minus sign before them. For example, even if we specified creative services as phrase match, but we added free as negative match type, our ad will not be shown in front of the user who entered into Google search bar, "Where can I find free creative services?" Having all this knowledge, we can log into Google Ads account and set up some of the useful things inside this tool. See you in the next video. Log into your Google Ads account. If you don't have an account yet, the sign-up process was covered in the Search Engine Optimization chapter in the Keyword Research video. Remember to switch into Expert mode under your name if you still have that option visible after clicking on your Google account in the top right. Before we start recreating our account structure and setting up our campaigns, the first thing you should do inside Google Ads is setting up your billing information. Without it, no campaign will run. You do it by going to the Tools and Settings, Billing, and then Settings. You review whether your data is correct, then scroll down to the payment method and enter your card details. Agree to Google Ads terms and conditions and click Submit. You will be charged each 30 days or after reaching your billing threshold, whichever comes first. Next thing you want to set up is the conversion tracking. As we mentioned in the digital analytics chapter, conversions are the actions that you care about, like purchases, subscriptions, sending of the contact form, and other. You want to know exactly which keywords and ads led to the conversions. You also want to let Google algorithm be optimized toward maximizing the number of conversions. You set up the conversion tracking by clicking on the plus conversions button. Then you specify what kind of conversion you want to track. In our case, it is website conversion. We provide creative services, so for us, the key action is submission of lead form with an inquiry. We leave the name of the conversion unchanged. Now the value of the conversion. We know that on average, 10% of the people who send the contact form become our clients. Average revenue from the client is $500. We multiply $500 by 10% and we have $50. Each submission brings us $50 on average. Then we want to count only one submission per user, because if someone sends 20 forms, it doesn't bring us additional value. We will not change other settings. Window for conversion to happen will be 30 days, and we want to attribute our conversion to the last click, so the last ad that was clicked before the form was submitted will take the credit for conversion. Click Create and Continue. Now there is a setup process which should be familiar because we covered it in the digital analytics chapter. We chose the option that the global site tag is already installed. We did that for Google Analytics. We just need to add this one line of code at the end of the global site tag. So ask the developer to do that on every page. If you use WordPress and header and footer plugin, you can copy-paste it only in one place. You can also use Google Tag Manager for this task. Also, on the thank you page that is displayed, after the form is submitted, you should add this piece of code right after the Google Global Site tag. If you don't have a thank you page, you can use the click code and attach it to the button. Once the tag is installed, make sure it is working as expected. Again, go to the conversions. You will see all your conversions on the list. Under tracking status, you should see text recording conversions or no recent conversions. It takes up to 48 hours to update. Next, it's a good idea to link your Google Ads and Google Analytics accounts. This way both systems will exchange data and provide you better insights and allow remarketing. Go to the setup and then linked accounts. Click on Google Analytics details. Choose your Analytics property from the list and click Links in the Actions column. Turn on Link and Site Metrics. Click Save. Your accounts are now linked. Now we will set the list of negative keywords that will be applicable to multiple campaigns just to prevent ads to be shown to the users who are using these keywords in their queries. Go to the Tools and Settings, Shared Library, Negative Keywords Lists. Click on the plus icon to add a new negative keywords list. We name our list General Negative Keywords. We can enter or paste keywords we think are irrelevant or without any value to our business. Let's try some. Free, tutorial, YouTube, Facebook, book, Amazon. You can mark negative keywords the same as regular keywords, so if you want to exclude only word free, close it in brackets to be exact. Default is broad, which will exclude synonyms, close related terms, and in this case this is what we want. In your account, you will probably have hundreds of negative keywords and the list will be constantly growing. Now finally, after all this configuration, we go to the main dashboard. Click on the New Campaign button. First, Google asks us to choose the goal of our campaign. Our goal is to generate leads. Now the type of the campaign. In this chapter, we cover search engine advertising, so let's choose search. Also, this type of campaign is one of the best for generating new sales leads. Then how we would like to reach our goal, which is used just for the campaign setup customization. But we will skip this and click Next. We name our first campaign. In the previous video, we decided that we will have a creative services campaign and video production campaign. First we type creative services. Then there is an option to add display campaign to our search campaign, which we don't want, so we uncheck it. Also, we uncheck the option to include Google search partners in our campaign, because we want to advertise only on Google search results, and with partners, you never know where your ad appears. Google will display some warnings, but ignore them. Their recommendations are not always in your best interest. Then you can click on Show More Settings to set the start and end date of the campaign. You can also set additional tracking and customization of headlines based on your website. We will not change them. Then the location targeting. We want to show our ads in the United States, so click on Enter another location and search for the United States. You can add multiple locations, and it can be countries, cities, regions. Or if you click on Advanced Search, it can be even radius of any kilometers or miles from the location you specify. By expanding location options, you decide whether you want to target people only who live or regularly visit locations you specify, or also people who search for the locations you specify and are interested in them. We want the first option, so we choose Suitable Radio button. Then the languages of our potential customers. We want English, so we will not change it. In the Audiences tab, we have an option to display our ads only in front of people of certain demographics, like parental status or marital status, or only in front of people who are classified as having particular interest, for example, people who are interested in banking and finance, but we will not use this option as we don't want to limit our reach. Also, we will use keywords to advertise only to people who may be interested in our services. Next, the budget we want to spend each day. We assumed for the creative services campaign we want to spend about $700 per month. Let's divide it by 30 days, which gives us about $23 per day. Then we have the bidding section, and it requires additional explanation. Each time the user types the keywords you are interested in into Google search bar, you want to display your ad in front of him. But you need to decide how much you want to pay for it, whether you want to pay for the impression of an ad, or click on your ad, or conversion. You can leave that decision to Google algorithms, or you can make that decision yourself. If you pay too little, your ad may not be shown at all. If you pay too much, in the long run, you will have poor return on investment in advertising. There is no one recommendation of the best bidding strategy that fits all. The best approach is to test a couple of different strategies and see which of them brings you the best results. By default, Google presents you the recommended bid strategies for the campaign type you chose, but let's click on Select Bid Strategy directly to see all of the available options. If you click on All Settings, you can change the default setting for this campaign. For example, what is the conversion connected with this campaign, whether your ads should be displayed all day or only in particular hours, or whether all ads should be displayed evenly or the best performing ads should be displayed more often. We will not change any of these options. Target cost per acquisition, CPA, is when you decide that you want to pay a specific price for the conversion, and Google should optimize bids to generate as many conversions at this price as possible. You need conversion tracking correctly implemented for this bid type. Also, you should have enough conversions in the last 30 days for this strategy to work as intended. Google recommends at least 15 conversions, but the more the better, so aim for at least 30 to 50 conversions before choosing this strategy. Also, your target CPA should be realistic. Paying $1 for the conversion that is for purchasing shoes for $100 is definitely not. Next bidding strategy is target return on ad spend, ROIS. This is very similar to the previous strategy, but instead of specifying price for the conversion, you specify how much return you want for your money invested in advertising. If you want $3 in sales for every $1 spent on ads, your target ROIS is 300%. When you use maximize click strategy, Google tries to get as many clicks in your ads within your daily budget as possible. With this strategy, you can also specify the maximum price you are willing to pay for a click, which is a good idea to prevent Google from buying too expensive clicks. With this strategy, you need to monitor closely the cost per click metric and whether it is not too high. Next strategy is maximize conversions, and as the name suggests, Google will try to get as many conversions within your daily budget as possible. As with target CPA, you have to have the correct conversion tracking setup. As there are no additional settings to control this strategy, you need to look out whether it is profitable for you. It may turn out that Google bids too much for your conversions. Maximize conversion value is very similar to the maximize conversion strategy, but instead of conversions, it optimizes around conversion rate. To use this strategy, you should have conversion value set up correctly. Target impressions share bid strategy is useful if your priority is to display your ad at the top of the search results. For example, if you want to prevent your competitor from being seen before your company by the user. First, you specify whether you want to be shown as one of the results at the top of the search results or at the first position of the search results. Then you enter percentage value, how often you would like to show your ad on the specified position. Google will adjust your bid to reach your desired position as close to the impression share target as possible within the daily budget. You can enter max CPC bid to prevent Google from bidding too high for an individual impression. With manual bidding strategy, you can set your own maximum cost per click for each keyword you are interested in separately. It gives you the greatest control. You can calculate how much you should pay for the click to be profitable, and you are certain that you will not pay more for the click of one user. Even with this strategy, Google suggests you to use their algorithm to help you with bidding. With this option, your bids would be increased or decreased based on the likelihood of click calculated by Google. Manual bidding gives you several benefits, but it is also very time-consuming. You have to set and assess each bid separately. Also, you don't have access to all of the data that Google has when they run their algorithms for bidding purposes, so you should have these two drawbacks in mind. For start, we will use a manual bidding bid strategy without help of Google algorithm. After 1 month, we can switch to a different bidding strategy and compare the results. Ad extensions are additional information you can include in your ad. Thanks to that, your ad will take more space in the search results and will have more chance to be clicked. For example, look at this ad. It contains not only the ad, but also the links to different sections of the website. We will add 2 site link extensions, one to our About page and one to our Contact Us page. Expand the site link extension section. Click on the new site link extension. First site link extension is Contact Us. Then description, something catchy. Inquire us about stunning creative. And second line, we get back within 24 hours. And after that, paste the URL of the Contact Us page. Second extension title is About Us. Description, why we are the best creative fit. The second line, check our amazing case studies. And a link to the About Us page. We are not interested in additional tracking and schedule options, so we just click Save. You can add other extensions, like call, price, or location extensions, but often they turn out to help your ads to perform better, providing additional info to the user. But as you pay for the click on the extension the same money as for the click in the headline of the ad, you need to be careful and closely monitor their performance. We will use only site-link extensions for this campaign. We click Save and Continue to start creating ad groups, but we will cover that in the next video. Okay, it's time to create ad groups for our creative services campaign. For the illustration of the concept, we decided that we will have 3 ad groups within this campaign: website design, product design, and the general group. Let's start with the website design and use it as the group name. Next, we specify all of the keywords that we want our ad to be shown for. This is coming back to the keyword research process that we covered in the search engine optimization, but with a couple of changes. Click on the Tools and Settings, and then Planning, and right-click and open Keyword Planner in the new tab. Click on Discover New Keywords. Type Website Design. Make sure you have the correct language and country set. Click on Get Results. Now you received plenty of propositions from Google. Click on the Average Monthly Searches to identify the most popular keywords. Choose from the drop-down at the bottom to show 500 results. Go through the list and select relevant ideas, both to your business and web design topic. For us, it may be web design, web page design, website design company, web design agency, web design company, web design services. You get the idea. Focus on the best keywords. Try not to choose more than 25 keywords for your ad group, as it will be hard to manage. Once you choose those keywords, you can copy them as a broad, phrase, or exact match. For start, we will have a mix of exact match keywords to be sure what keywords will be triggering our ads, and broad match with lower bid from our site that will be used for experiment, new ideas, and gathering data. If you have a very limited budget, focus on the exact match only. First, we will copy the broad match keywords and paste them in our tab when we set up our campaign, and then we paste them once more, this time as an exact match, so we close them in brackets. Of course, if you need to, you can find keywords for your ad groups in other tools than Google Keyword Planner, for example, LSI Graph or Suvla, that we mentioned in a keyword research video in the search engine optimization chapter. Because we are using broad match type keywords, we should also add negative keywords here that should not trigger our ad, that are specific to this ad group and are not included in our general list of negative keywords that we created. Looking at the list, Canberra Web, which is a CMS, can be a negative keyword. Also, Google Web Designer, and Sita Inspire, which is a gallery of inspirations. We copy them and paste it to our tab when we set up our campaign. This time we add a minus sign in front of them to mark them as negative keywords. We will add some competitors targeted to different groups of clients, like Wix or Elementor. Once you finish, you can repeat the whole process for the second and third ad groups, which are product design and general group, which I will not show in detail. Once we have all of the groups added, we can see on the right panel some estimations from Google for each ad group, how many clicks it can generate within the daily budget. It will of course change once we set exact bids for the keywords. If you want more accurate data, we can copy all of the keywords we've chosen. Go to the Tools and Settings and Keyword Planner. and choose the search volume and forecast. We paste our keywords and click on Get Started. You can see how many clicks a particular keyword could generate with a given max CPC in a month, which can be changed for all keywords at once, at the top, or for each keyword separately in the table. Of course, it assumes you don't have budget constraints. Coming back to our campaign setup process, we click on the Save and Continue. Now we create ads for our ad groups. Each ad group should have at least 3 ads, because this way you can see which ad performs best. Also, all ads should be relevant to keywords that you included in your ad group, because the same ad can be shown to person that entered keyword website design and to person who entered web design services. That's why it was important to create ad groups that are focused on the same or very similar product or service. Let's create the first ad for a website design group. First field is the URL, where you want to redirect people after clicking on your ad. In our case, probably the best is to send them to our website design services page. If you use other tracking system apart from Google Analytics, instead of just copy-pasting the link, you can use Campaign URL Builder, which we covered in the tracking conversions video in the Digital Analytics chapter. We will just copy-paste the link from our website. You can also separately control what link name the user sees in the display path. Then you have 3 headlines and 2 descriptions at your disposal. Not all of them will be always shown to the user, but you want to populate all of them to give Google a way to test and optimize your ads better. They should be interesting, informative, and relevant to the keywords and landing page. A good strategy may be to create in your ad group 1 ad focused on information, 2nd ad focused on emotions, and the 3rd ad which is a combination of information and emotions, and see which one of them will work the best for you. You should know that each of the headlines in ad has 30 characters limit, and each of the descriptions in an ad has 19 characters limit. First headline we will use will be Modern Website Design, $299. It serves 2 purposes. It gives the information of what you offer about the quality of it, because you use the word modern, which is good, and also it shows the price, so people who are not interested in paying will not click, therefore you will not pay for the click. We will focus the second headline on the emotions. Stand out and win new clients. This is confirmation that they will achieve their goal by buying new services. They will invest, but they will sell more. Then the third headline will be to boost our credentials. Trusted by 100 plus companies. In descriptions, we want to underline our unique position and provide more details. Get a tailor-made, professional, and responsive website that your business deserves. And the second one, more emotional. Website design you will love and be proud of. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. You also have the option to add URL options for better tracking, but we will not use it. You can see the preview of your ads for both desktop and mobile. Once everything looks good, click on the Done and create the next ad. The process is identical, so I will not show it. When all ads are created, click on the Save and Continue button. See the summary. Review all your settings, and if they are okay, click on the Publish button. Your campaign is now live and will serve your ads soon. You should also add to the campaign your list of general negative keywords. Click on your campaign name from the left panel. Go to Keywords, and then Negative Keywords. click the radio button, use negative keywords list, click on the general list, and click Save. Your general negative keywords list is now added to your campaign. One last thing, because we chose a manual bidding strategy, we want to manually set the highest amount we are willing to pay for a click on our ad for each ad group. We choose Website Design ad group from the left panel. We click on the Search keywords. You can see there is a max CPC column with some default bids assigned to all of the keywords. However, you don't want to pay the same for each keyword, as not each keyword has the same chance of conversion and not each keyword gives you the same chances of landing a profitable client. First rule you should apply is that keyword with exact match should have the highest bid, then phrase match should be about 75% bid of the exact match, and broad match should be about 25% of exact match bid. We don't have a phrase match, so we will set a base max CPC bid for our exact match keyword, and make broad keywords 25% of that bid. It makes sense, because with exact match, you know exactly what keywords will trigger your ad, and with broad match, you don't. We know that for our website design services, 1 in 10 visits on our website ends with a contact form sent, and 10% of the people who send contact form become our clients. It means that by average, we need 100 visits on our website to win a new client. 1 click leads to 1 visit. Each client is worth to us on average $500. We divide $500 by 100 visits or click, and the price per click to break even is $5. But we also want to have profits from ads, so we set maximum CPC at $4 for exact match keywords. For broad match, 25% of that, so $1. We sort our keywords by match type. We select all of the keywords with broad match. We click on Edit and then change max CPC bids. Enter $1 and click Apply. Do the same for exact match keywords, but this time set the bid for $4 max. Apart from that, you may review your keywords and decide which keywords have the better potential than the others. For example, website design services may be great because someone is probably interested in hiring a company who will provide those services, so we change this bid from $4 to $6. At the same time, web page design may not be so great because someone are looking for a page instead of whole website, so maybe there is a smaller budget involved. Let's lower the bid to $2.50. And so on. As you can see, with manual bidding, you will have a lot of work to do, especially at the start, but it gives you the greatest control. Adjust bids also to other ad groups in your campaign. Now once you created your first campaign, you can repeat the whole process for other campaigns you want to run, but as it is very similar, I will not show it. Remember that starting your advertising is just the beginning. You need to monitor your results and make changes to improve them regularly. We will cover the ad optimization process in the next video. After a couple of days, when you have first data from your advertising, you should come back to your account and identify things you can improve and implement changes. This should become your habit because it is a never-ending process if you want to maximize your results. What is your goal for Google Ads optimization task? You simply want to have the most conversions and the lowest possible cost of advertising. First thing you can do to achieve that is to go to the Campaigns tab. Here you have the overview, how much you spent for each campaign, how much conversions it generated, and what was the cost per conversion. You can choose the date range in the top right. For example, this campaign generated a lot of conversions and the cost per conversion is low. It's worth adding more budget to that campaign, which you can easily do by clicking on the pencil icon. At the same time, this campaign is quite expensive and not performing well. We can try to lower the budget for it. Instead of increasing or decreasing a budget right away, it may be a better idea to look inside these campaigns before and check what may be the reason for good or bad performance. Go to the Search Keywords tab. You can check data for all campaigns at once, or you can do it for individual campaigns or ad groups by first clicking on them on the left panel and then going to the Search Keywords tab. In this tab, you have access to different metrics for all of the keywords you used in your campaign. Start with sorting by conversions and see which keywords bring you the most conversions, and also whether these keywords have profitable cost per conversion. One of the most common strategies for optimization is to take out the best performing keywords from a particular campaign and move them into a new campaign, which could be named best performing keywords. This separate campaign would have more budget assigned and even higher keywords bids if you bid manually. At the same time, you would lower budget and bids for other campaigns. This will bring you even more conversions. In this new best performing keyword campaign, you can also include keywords with the lowest cost per conversion. Before sorting by this column, you can apply a filter to show only keywords with at least 3 conversions. At the same time, you should also identify keywords which are eating your budget with little to no effects. Sort by the keywords with the highest cost per conversion. If you think they are still worth further tests, you can change their match type to be more strict. For example, you have broad match type and you change it to phrase or exact match, simply by clicking on Edit and choosing New Match Type from the drop-down. You can add or remove certain words from a keyword to see if it helps. You can change the text of ads connected with these keywords or a landing page that is displayed after click. Look at different available metrics. If a keyword has low interaction rate, then your ad may not be suitable for people who are typing this keyword. If interaction rate is high, but conversion rate is low, it may be due to an unattractive landing page. From my experience, if a keyword is still not performing well after implementing a couple of changes, you should remove this keyword from your account. You do it by clicking on all of the low performing keywords, Edit, and then Remove. This will help you to save a ton of budget. Also, go through other tabs and identify where you can make improvements. Each of the tabs can bring you insights and gives you the potential to optimize. For example, go to Devices tab. You can see that a computer device for this campaign brings you a lot of conversions, has low cost per conversion, and high conversion rate. You can use a feature called bid adjustment. You can decrease or increase a bid by specified percentage amount. In this case, we want to increase by 25%, and it should give us even more conversions at a still attractive cost. Let's sort by the cost per conversion. We can see that mobile phones for this campaign performed really poorly. Let's decrease the bid by 50%. You can follow this process for locations, audiences, and demographics. Since it is very similar, I will not show that. Then if you use other match types than exact match, you should often visit Search Terms report. You can even add a filter not to show exact match keywords by clicking on a filter, then Match Types, and then select all except the exact match. This report shows what were the exact queries entered by the people who saw your ads. Select all of the keywords that are irrelevant to your business and add them as negative keywords. They can be added on the ad group or campaign level or to your list of negative keywords. Make sure you choose the correct match type, because if you will add your negative keywords as a broad match, they can prevent a lot of valuable keywords from displaying your ads. You can sort the list by interaction to first deal with queries that are irrelevant and cost you most money. On the list of search terms, look also at the terms that may be valuable to your business. Add a filter Added Excluded None and apply to show terms that are not currently in any of your ad groups. If you find a search term that can be valuable for your company, you can select it and add as a keyword. While optimizing Google account, you should test as much as possible. You can assume certain results of changes you make, but actual data verifies those assumptions. Regularly add new ads to your account and compare their results with older ads. Add or remove ad extensions. Improve your landing page. Change your contact form to be simpler. Change the color of a button and locations and see how it affected your advertising. Lastly, you can visit the Recommendations tab and see what Google suggests to improve performance of your account. They are divided by different categories: bidding and budget recommendations, keywords and targeting recommendations, and so on. In most cases, you can easily apply suggested changes by clicking on the Apply button. Just remember to be careful, as these changes are not always in your best interest. We covered a lot of optimization tasks you can do to generate more money out of Google search advertising. The most important advice is to never stop optimizing. With time, your account will be better and better. In the next video, we will take a quick look at Microsoft Ads, which is one of Google's ads competitors.
Google Ads dominates search engine advertising, but for some advertisers, Microsoft Ads can bring better results because they attract different users. Also, while you obviously have less people using Bing search engine than Google search engine, you also have much lower competition. Since it's very easy to import Google Ads settings into Microsoft Ads, you can give Microsoft Ads a try and see how it compares to the results you receive from Google Ads, and whether it's worth to include it into your promotional mix.
To start using Microsoft Ads, go to the website ads.microsoft.com. Click on the Sign Up button. Sign in to your Microsoft account or create one. We will create. Enter your email address and click Next. Create your password. Give your name and surname. Confirm your email by entering the code that was sent from Microsoft to your mailbox. Click Next. If necessary, pass some robot tests. And also fill your birthday and country. Then again verification, so copy-paste the code and click Verify. Finally, you are inside Microsoft Ads. You can create campaigns from scratch or import from Google Ads, and this is what we would like to do. Fill information about your business and accept terms and conditions, and click on Create Account. Sign in to your Google account to import ads from your Google Ads. If there will be any differences, for example in currencies, you will have an option to convert your settings to match. You can import all campaigns or specific campaigns. Let's import all. It takes some time. You can finish the configuration of your account, like business location and billing information. You have plenty of billing options to choose from, both pre- and post-paid. After that, you are redirected to Microsoft Ads dashboard. On the left panel, you can see all of the campaigns exactly like in your Google Ads account. Your ads, keywords, budgets and bids are also the same. As Microsoft Ads is smaller than Google Ads, you would like to probably change budgets and bids. Daily budget per campaign can be changed in the Settings tab, while campaign is chosen from the left panel. It's here under Individual Budget. You can also change bid strategy for the campaign. Ad group bids can be changed in the Ad Group tab in the Bid column, if you set a manual bidding. In the Keywords tab, you can change bids for individual keywords. If you want to add keywords, just click on Add Keywords and type your keywords. You have a broad match, phrase match, or exact match at your disposal. Negative keywords are in the Negative Keywords tab. So as you can see, everything is quite intuitive if you use Google as before. One thing you should assess separately is the conversion tracking. Go to the Conversion Tracking tab and follow the instructions. Once your tag is implemented and verified, you will be able to let Microsoft automatically optimize bids for conversions. Give Microsoft Ads some time. Go back and compare with Google results. Find out what was the cost per conversion and how many conversions your ads generated. Then make informed decision regarding further advertising on this platform.